So PSV won, Arsenal won. Pretty much a dead rubber, really. Two teams that had already qualified out the group. Arsenal topped the group. PSV was second. That obviously reflected in the starting 11s for both teams. Only two starters for us from the weekend. They kind of did a mix and match, about 50-50. Only Saliba and Gabriel started. Kivior at left back. Cedric's alive. He played. Midfield, 29, El Neni Jorginho, probably the slowest midfield in world football. And then up front, we had Eddie, who scored a cracking goal. Nice finish. Reece Nelson on the right, and then Trossard on the left. Listen, it was what it was, Jez. Like, it was going to always be like that. They're 15 wins out of 15 in their league, and we got Brighton at the weekend. But what did you make of it overall? Before we do that, make sure you sub to Jez's channel, Arsenal History and More. It'll be in the title if I can squeeze it in. If not, it'll be in the description, people.
Yeah, well, I think we called it the other night, didn't we? Last night when we did the weekly podcast, I said, it's going to be a nothing game. We've already qualified. They've qualified. It's just going to be one of those run out type games. And I'm glad he rested players for the weekend, because I said I fell in the trap, didn't I? And I said we've got bigger fish to fry at the weekend, which is true. We're in a Championship Premier League chase, so I'd much rather we did that. Rest them up. Yeah, it was a pretty boring game. We were boring. They were boring. But it's 1-1. It's a point. It cements the fact that we're top of the group, and we move on. And we move on to the weekend now, which is more important to me. And, I said it wouldn't have worried me if we'd actually lost tonight, because the fact that remains is we've already qualified. Don't risk players that we need for the weekend. He didn't. And respectfully, he did the job. Arteta got away with it, and I'll take it. Fair play. Move on.
Yeah, but listen, we've got some players out there tonight that are kind of on the fringe, and this is our bench. Let's just be real with it. Yeah, apart from the two centre backs who start every game, this is our bench. So we're going to need them because we have got injuries. It's a long season. We can box off the Champions League and put that to bed now until February. The draw's next Monday. Looking forward to that. Watching the games tonight, and then obviously the games tomorrow to see who comes second in their group. So that's who we're obviously going to get, a team that's second. But yeah, we can box that off until February now. But we're going to need some of these players because we've got a lot of games coming up still this month. Yeah, we've still got Brighton, we've still got Liverpool, we've still got West Ham, we've still got Fulham. It's another 4 games this month. And then we've got the FA Cup kicking in January as well. So listen, we needed to get some mileage in Jorginho and El Neni, because if Declan Rice gets injured, that's who's coming in. Yeah, if Ben White gets injured, Cedric's the replacement because Tomiyasu's out. If Zinchenko gets injured, Kivior's the replacement, and so on all throughout the pitch with Reece Nelson, Eddie, and Trossard. So yeah, well done to the manager for doing that. He must have been as bored as us. Let's just be real, because it weren't. There's loads of energy on the pitch from both teams without any quality really. Both hit the post. Both goalkeepers were fairly competent. I thought our goalkeeper played pretty well tonight. But again, it didn't really show us anything. I don't personally think anyone really stepped up and staked a claim to start the weekend. I know Eddie scored. Yeah, Trossard was awful. Reece Nelson didn't really do a great deal, running around, buzzing around, but I know he set the goal up. But again, has he made a claim to start over Saka? Have any of them midfielders said, yeah, I'm playing at the weekend? I don't think so. What do you think?
No, not at all. I thought that was Reece Nelson's great opportunity to show something there tonight, and he didn't. Ran around a bit like a headless chicken at times, didn't know really what was going on. And I'm sorry to say, Trossard, what's happened with him? Really, I mean, he was so ineffectual tonight. That concerns me, what's going on there, what's got in his head. Jorginho, not the levels we need, but as you quite rightly say, Lee, we're going to have to use him at some point coming into the next early part of next season, without a doubt. The one player I have to say that always gives you a job is El Neni. He gives you exactly what was written in the he doesn't rip the game apart, but he does a job. He's steady Eddie, basically, at the end of the day. You know, he does it. He doesn't.
Keeps it simple, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't make anything. He's never going to rip up trees, but he does a job. And that's all you can ask from the fella. He gets up to the level he's at, he does it, and he did it again tonight. Yeah, I mean, our defence, I thought, looked a bit iffy tonight, to be fair. Saliba, the goal, PSV goal, sleeping. But, okay, did it cost us? No. But the fact is you can't afford to do that. When we get amongst the big boys, Lee, in February, you can't be doing that sort of stuff.
Yeah, they were shaky at the weekend, both of them. Yeah, like I thought Gabriel was the better of the two tonight, but even he did stupidness at times. Look at right at the end when they nearly scored. Yeah, that was down to him. And then obviously right at the very end we nearly scored, but they've got to be more switched on. I know it must be difficult when you know you've both qualified. Yeah, but it looked like their fringe players and their team, their bench players, looked like they wanted it and wanted to stake a claim to get into a team that's won 15 out of 15 in their league, whereas ours is kind of happy to be there, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, Saliba needs to fix up at the weekend. I think that centre-back pairing is brilliant. I really do. I think they're so good at times, but it's almost like it's too easy for them sometimes. It's way too comfortable, and then they switch off. Can't switch off against Brighton at the weekend. You can't switch off at Anfield the following weekend. Can't switch off in the Champions League knockout stages, otherwise you're out, especially against some of the teams that are left in it. So, yeah, all in all, fairly comfy. Didn't really feel we'd lose the game, but I didn't think we'd win it either. Like, it was just both teams trying not to lose, really, I suppose. Just trying not to lose without really having a go. And
I think those games, Lee, where, you know, we've turned up. We know we've qualified. So do we really want to stress ourselves? Not really. You know, you and I, we've both seen it before in other times that they're just there. They're going to put a shift in to a point, but they're not going to stress themselves out. Why would they need to? Why put yourself out and stress it out? Because you don't need to do that. You know, just do what you've got to do. And Nketiah scored a lovely goal. Put the pressure on PSV. We sat back a little bit too much. They equalised. It's a job done game. You know,
I was happy that Saka didn't get a game.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I don't understand why we brought Jesus on. That made no sense to me whatsoever. 3 minutes to go plus stoppage. What's the point? Unless he's on a bonus, like, and it's in his contract. I was like, I don't know. Like, but that seemed a weird sub to me because there was no need to bring him on.
Not at all.
Even if we lost, the manager probably wouldn't have been too upset. Obviously, he doesn't want to lose, the same as us. But if we had lost the game at the end, it wouldn't have been because we didn't bring Jesus on. Do you know what I mean? Like, a bit of a weird one for me. The goalkeeper, again, like I said, but I feel like, Jez, we've got to go shopping in January, mate, because some of the players in that team are nowhere near the standard. Nowhere near the standard. And this is our bench. And I know we've got Vieira out, but is he good enough? I know we've got Tommy out. He's been brilliant. Yeah, I know we've got Partey out. Yeah, we're probably binning him. Let's just be real with it. And then we've got Timber out. So it's like we haven't got a great squad. We've got a good 11, a very good 11 that when they're all playing well can play really good football and get us up to the top of the table. But then when you scratch that surface a little bit, all of a sudden Kivior's coming in getting rinsed. Yeah, Cedric shouldn't be there. El Neni, cool, he does a job, whatever. But again, it's like, well, this is the drop-off if Rice is injured, him or Jorginho. We need better than that. Yeah, because they ain't going to win me a league.
No.
Yeah, they're cool. They're nice, good professionals, nice to have around the dressing room with a bit of experience. I want winners. I want people that can get me over the line. And I feel that we've got to spend quite a bit of money in the summer, and we're going to have to upset a few players by getting rid as well. Yeah, Smith Rowe, well done for getting a round of applause for turning up to training today. Yeah, but he weren't great when he came on. Yeah, he weren't great. And people go, oh, but his first game back. Yeah, his first game back, he's probably just got injured in the warm down. So about time we cut ties, really, isn't it, with some of these players and actually go. But do you think we will?
No. I think what we'll have to do, personally, I think what's going to happen, we'll be selling Ramsdale. He'll be gone. Release some funds because he's probably going to get some money in for him. Will we go out and get that striker that we've been calling for what, 3 years now? No, I mean, if we lose Jesus again, he is injury prone. If we lose Nketiah, who have we got?
29.
I mean, we just haven't, Nketiah is not the levels, in my opinion, anyway. Yeah, nice goal tonight. Well played, well done. But it was a lackluster game, up against the bigger boys, Liverpool, Man City. He's not going to do that. He's not the levels. I'm sorry, but the fact is, Lee, we've got to go out. We need a top class midfielder, and we need that striker. And we call it every single time, and we've got to go and do that. Will we do it? I doubt it. Because
totally agree. Make sure you sub to Arsenal History and more people. Gonna do Matty's fan cam and then player ratings. Go and check out mine and Kenny's as well. And big up to everyone who's subbing. Literally, as it stands, less than 200 from 90k. So get that boxed off. I know the views are obviously dead on this game anyway. And Man United are playing as we're dropping these, so I ain't expecting massive amounts of views tonight. So yeah, big up to everybody who is tuning in though. We appreciate it, and we're out of here. Laters.